All right, 4 o'clock having arisen, I call the Justice Committee to order. We have 6 members. Member Klaus is not currently here, so we have a quorum and we'll begin work. First up, do we have any appearances by members of the public?
Chair Rogal, we've had no requests this evening.
All right. Next up, we have the consent agenda. Approval of the minutes from January 8th regular meeting minutes and the December 12th, 2024 stand-up meeting minutes, and the recommendation and approval of bills totaling $707,039 and no cents. Do I have a motion? Motion by member Reeves, second by member Hanson. Anybody have any questions, comments, or concerns? Nope, seeing none. All those in favor vote aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Ayes have it, and the minutes are approved, and the bills are also approved. Let's see, next up, we have departmental matters. 4A, add member Klaus to the roll. Mr. Everhart's not here. We'll hold on him for now, just in case he shows up. We'll move on to 4B. Sheriff Lane, we have a couple items up. The first one is 4B1A, request approval of an intergovernmental agreement between the City of Bloomington and McLean County regulating use by the County of McLean of the City of Bloomington Police Shooting Range. Can I have a motion? Motion by member Reeves, second by member Mendoza, Natalie Bozeman Mendoza. Sheriff, would you like to give us any insight other than the basics?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is our yearly contract with the City of Bloomington to use their shooting range. We do not have one of our own, so we contract with them to use theirs for a certain amount of dates per year. Everyone in our department practices or goes to the range or has some type of firearms training once a quarter, and most of that is out at Bloomington Range, so that's what this is for.
Does anybody have any questions? Nope. All those in favor vote aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it, and the request for an intergovernmental agreement between the City of Bloomington and McLean County for the use of their shooting range is approved. Next up, we have 4B1B, request approval of an emergency appropriation ordinance amending the McLean County fiscal year 2025 combined annual appropriation and budget ordinance for the Sheriff's Department. Can I have a motion? Motion by member Burns, second by member Ziebart. Sheriff Lane, do you have a little information?
Yes, sir. What this is for, we received a grant from ILEAS. They did a less lethal grant a while back. We were awarded the grant. We get 5 Taser model Taser 10s out of this grant, which equals about $20,000, thereabouts. We are responsible for a quarter of that. We have to pay the whole thing, and then we are reimbursed for 3/4 of it. So around $15,000, we will be reimbursed, but we needed to make sure it went through this committee and board so that we could pay up front and get reimbursed all but $5,000.
Anybody have any questions? Nope. Seeing none, all those in favor vote aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. And the ayes have it, and the request is approved for an emergency appropriation ordinance amending McLean County fiscal year 2025 combined annual appropriation and budget ordinance for the Sheriff's Department. Next up, we have 4B1C, request approval of an intergovernmental agreement for law enforcement services. Can I have a motion? Motion by member Hanson, second by member Reeves. Sheriff?
This agreement is with the Bloomington Normal Airport Authority. We did have 2 deputies assigned out there due to staffing. I pulled those 2 deputies back to patrol this year. But we do want to have some type of agreement with them, and Bloomington has the same agreement for the most part to respond to a need that they might have. There are silent alarms that may go off there that TSA can hit. There are all sorts of issues that could happen, and they needed us to try to respond within 15 minutes. So in order to do that, they asked Bloomington to also do the same thing. So between the 2 agencies and Normal, actually, we should be able to respond no problem within 15 minutes. They've also offered their facilities for training, meetings, anything else we might need, and a substation if we were to choose to do that at their facility.
Does anybody have any questions? All right, seeing none, all those in favor vote aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it, and the request is approved for the intergovernmental agreement for law enforcement services. Next up is B2, your monthly statistical report. Do you have anything else to share with us, Sheriff?
I don't, Mr. Chairman. If you have any questions, I'd be glad to try to answer those.
Does anybody have any additional questions? No? All right. Next up is Coroner Yoder. She is not going to be here tonight. Her monthly report is in the packet. If anybody has any questions, you can ask them. I don't know if any of us will be able to answer them, or we can ask them next month. Does anybody have any questions? Nope. All right. Moving along, 4D, Ron Lewis, Public Defender. First thing up, we have 4D1A, which is a request approval of a contract with Carissa Hanig as a special public defender. Can I have a motion? Motion by Member Burns, second by Member Hanson. Mr. Lewis?
Yes, we are down some positions for attorneys in our office. To cover for that, we are rotating attorneys from other divisions for this coverage. And most importantly, in this major traffic DUI area, it's a very high volume court call on that. And we would like to hire Ms. Hanning on a contract basis to come in and relieve some of that. It won't eliminate our situation, but it will relieve the burden on the attorneys who are rotating in and covering. We had a similar situation like this a few years back where we had a temporary attorney like this, and this is intended to be temporary while some more attorneys are generated through the February and July bar exam that hopefully we will get a chance at hiring later this year.
Does anybody have any questions? Nope. All those in favor vote aye. Opposed, nay. And the request is approved for a contract with Carissa Hanning as a special public defender. All right. And then 4D2 is your caseload report. Do you have anything that you'd like to highlight to us?
Nothing to add on the reports. I'm available for any questions.
Does anybody have any questions? No? All right. Thank you for coming. Next up, we have 4E court services. Ms. Montoya. You have your, nothing for action tonight, but you have your report and your statistics. Do you have anything you'd like to mention and point out?
Nope, standard monthly statistics, but I'm happy to answer any questions if you have any.
Does anybody have any questions? Nope. All right. Thank you for coming tonight. Next up, we have 4F, which is the Children's Advocacy Center. She is not in attendance, but we will go on with that anyway. We have one item for action, which is 4F1A, request approval of a contract for services between DeWitt County Community Mental Health Board and the Children's Advocacy Center. Can I have a motion? Motion by Member Roseman, second by Member Hanson. Administrator Taylor, you said you want to take that?
Sure, I'll take a stab at it. So this is a contract for services with DeWitt County. DeWitt County is in the service area for the CAC, and this allows for their mental health board to reimburse McLean County for services that we provide to them.
Does anybody have any questions we can try and answer? Nope. All right. All those in favor vote aye. Opposed, nay. And the ayes have it, and the request is approved for a contract for services between DeWitt County Community Mental Health Board and Children's Advocacy Center. And then their monthly report is also in our packet. We'll move on to 4G1A under State's Attorney, which is request approval of a grant agreement between the State of Illinois, Illinois Criminal Justice Information Authority, and McLean County. Can I have a motion? Motion by Member Reeves, second by Member Klaus. Madam State's Attorney?
Thank you. This is a request for an ongoing grant agreement. We've had this agreement in place for a significant period of time. The grant lasts for 12 months. It is in part funds certain victim advocates within my office. The victim advocates serve as the bridge between the victims of violent crimes and the attorneys that are prosecuting those specific cases.
Does anybody have any questions? No? All right. All those in favor vote aye. Opposed, nay. And the request is approved for the grant agreement between the State of Illinois, Illinois Criminal Justice Information Authority, and McLean County. Your reports are also in our packet. Do you have anything you'd like to highlight or mention specifically?
No, thank you.
Next up, we have 4H1A, which is a request approval of an agreement with the National Center for State Courts. Can I have a motion? Motion by Member Roseman, second by Member Zebar. Mr. Scanlon, would you like to mention?
Yes, because this committee is newly constituted as to its membership and wasn't part of last year's discussion regarding the Family Treatment Court, a little background may be in order. In April of 2024, the Circuit Court, along with some community agencies, had applied for a grant with the Department of Justice regarding a family treatment court. This is modeled on similar courts in both Indiana and Iowa, but it would be the first such court in operation in Illinois. In late September of '24, they were awarded, the McLean County Circuit Court was awarded a 3-year, approximately $750,000 grant for the purposes of operating a family treatment court. The family treatment court will consist of persons who are currently going through the juvenile abuse and neglect court, would be parents of the participants in the court itself are the parents of children who have been removed from the home by DCFS and are either considered neglected or abused. The court is currently in operation. It began in October of '24. This contract with the National Center of State Courts is to evaluate the performance of that court and the recidivism rate of the parents. And so that's a bit of background. This is a 3-year or 3-year plus contract to do that evaluation, and the funding comes from the grant itself. So.
Does anybody have any questions? I will say I've heard good things so far, so hopefully it continues on. So
We do have, we do have 7 families participating in the court, and we just had a report this afternoon from the presiding judge, Brian Goldrick, who says it's exceeding his expectations.
it's great to hear. Anybody else? Any questions? Nope. All right, so all those in favor vote aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Ayes have it, and the request is approved of an agreement with the National Center for State Courts. Do you have anything else you'd like to mention to us?
No, we would invite the members of the committee to, if they have questions about the operation of the court or any of the programs, please contact me or the Chief Judge's office, and we can arrange a tour or provide you any information you wish about any of our operations.
Great, thank you. Before we go on to Administrator Taylor, I'm going to go back real quick and point out that we have Don Everhart, our circuit clerk, has filed his reports, and they can be found in the packet. He had no information for action tonight. Since we're almost done, I just wanted to get that out of the way. Administrator Taylor, do you have anything for us?
I have no items for this committee this evening.
All right, does anybody else have anything they'd like to share with us? Nope. All right, our next meeting will be March 5th, 2025 at 4 p.m. If there's no other business to come before us, we are adjourned. Thanks, everybody, for coming.